Hanoi is located on the Red River and is the second largest city in Vietnam, Ho Chi Minh being the largest. The antique modern feel of Hanoi is obvious, and you walk around this international city and you must walk because there is simply so much you will see that you'll miss by car or motorbike. Now there's one dish that I always have to have as soon as I arrive to Hanoi. And no, it's not pho, it's actually bún chả, this beautiful iconic dish of Hanoi. It's absolutely stunning. Now, it's been around for 40 or 50 years now, but it's only been made world famous by two guys, Barack Obama and Anthony Bourdain. Now, they ate here not long ago, maybe a few years ago now, and it's called Hương Liên Restaurant, right in the center of Hanoi, and they sat right there. Now, Barack Obama sat there, Anthony Bourdain sat there, ate their little bún chả with a beer Hanoi, and their table has been encased now in glass. It's enshrined. It's a monument. Wow, look, it's commercialized now. There's a lot of tourists here. It's busy, but the bún chả itself is very good. And what I've ordered here is actually called an Obama combo. But you know what? All that aside, the bún chả is very good. And I do expect after I finish this meal, I want an encased glass box as well. Thank you. When I receive a tip of some local food to try, there's always a hidden twist behind its location, like go to the alley behind the basket shop or follow your nose once you hit this corner. And a few years ago, I was told about this little gem I'm going to share with you. I'm in the old quarter of Hanoi, also known as Pho Co. Now, I really love walking through the streets of the old quarter because you can really see the French Indochina architecture. Now, this whole quarter used to be the residential, manufacturing and commercial hub of Hanoi, where each street was specializing in a certain product, and each street was named after that product, all 36 streets. Now here I'm on Hang Quac, where they used to make fans back in the day. Now I'm not here for fans, I'm here for the bún chả. So I've already shown you where Obama eats bún chả. I'm going to show you where I eat bún chả. This is the legit bún chả of Hanoi. Now I've been to this place so many times, but I always still have trouble finding it. Ah, here it is, number 74 Hang Quac. Now there's no sign really, you just smell the aromas of the bún chả char grilling. You can see the smoke. Xin chào. Look at this, really, really narrow lane. He's one of the bosses here. I love this place. People sit here during lunchtime. All the vermicelli noodles are here. And all the grilling takes place right on the lane. Look at this, xin chào. Oh, all of the pork is char grilled, pork belly, little pork patties as well. They're deep frying some spring rolls as well with crab inside. Courtyard, residential upstairs, 74 Hang Quac. You got to check it out. At its heart, bún chả is grilled pork, rice noodles, herbs, and fish sauce, all in one bowl. What a combination. Now, the locals here, or the owner here, Ko Lan, wouldn't tell me what's in her marinade for the bún chả, of course, right? It's an age-old recipe, so this is my version of bún chả. Hopefully, it'll be even close to her recipe. This is my favorite place in Hanoi. I find this place the real deal, right? The authentic bún chả. Not so much for tourists, but for the locals. And only locals could find it because it's so hidden and secret. Okay, so this dish, really, really simple actually. There's a lot of different components, however, the marinade is very, very easy. And while the pork belly and pork mince are marinating in two separate bowls, I add fish sauce, oyster sauce, and black pepper. The secret to bún chả is this, the caramel, right? They caramelize sugar down and it gives that beautiful dark color. Tiếng Việt cái này kêu bằng gì nước gì nè? Nước hang. This is called nước hang in Vietnamese. And any bún chả has to have it. Gives it that color and that sweetness as well. So when you're char grilling it, it caramelizes. Now I'm going to put in the spring onion that I just sliced. I've also got some diced red Asian shallots and garlic as well. And the last bit is some garlic chives. Oh, this gives a really nice flavor. Now you just need to mix it all together. All right, now that's looking good. Now I'm going to get one of these wire grills. I just love these things. Essential for grilling. Open the grill. I have to have this dish every day when I'm in Hanoi without fail. But this has to be one of my favorites. It's all very good, but this place does it really, really well. Now I'm ready to do my little pork patties. Not too big, just little ones like that. Little mouthful. That goes on there. Flip her over and brush the other side. And I'm going to take this to the ladies down there, laneway to Char Grill. Now if you look behind me here, this is the mother goddess. This whole residential area here worshipped her. And how they worship her, they come, they pray, they light incense, but they also offer food as well. But not only just food. There's money, well, there's cigarettes, there's vodka, coffee, Pepsi, cola, and there's also beer. Wow. Look how beautiful this scene is, guys. Wow, they're so busy here. I've got to put mine in line. Now you want to throw them directly onto the charcoal. You want those burnt blackened parts because that is so good. Crispy, burnt flavour. 4 minutes on each side and it's done. All right, look, I'm going to get some pork belly into my bowl. So good, thank you. These are the parts that you want. I cannot resist. So good. Okay. Cô ơi, cho chút xíu đu đủ nha. Đu đủ. So green papaya. Cảm ơn. Some carrots and this lovely light fish sauce goes in. Đúng không? Got to weave around. I've got my bowl, mate. I've got my red tray there. Vermicelli noodles, lettuce, bean sprout, perilla, mint. This is the authentic bún chả of Hanoi. Now, I love walking down here because you see how the locals live. You see them cooking, you see them doing the washing. This is the front yard of the local people here. Preparing the breakfast there, plucking the chickens is awesome. I'm going to do a dish very quickly before the train comes, and it's called pho jing phom. This is bánh pho, the rice noodle. I'm going to cut this into third. Now, if you look at these strips, it's got around 4 to 5 layers of noodle there. And then I'm going to cut it into, rectangle pieces. This is going to fry in the oil. It's going to puff up, and it's going to be really crispy. Little pillows and little pockets. You want them golden, you want them crispy, you want them, wow, really, really beautifully soft and silky inside as well. All right, I think the train's coming. Whoa, train's coming. Really, really close. And to think that the locals live right in front of the train track. Oh my goodness. It is so close. Dangerously close. I don't know how they sleep. I don't know how they watch TV. Just a simple thing to think about. Wow. Very exciting. Woo! Gosh. Now traffic started again flowing through. It gives me a small gap to continue my dish. Let's set up. Let's go.
Now you might be thinking, why cook in the middle of the tracks? Well, both sides of the tracks are pathways, and trust me, you don't want to get in the way of the locals. They can be scarier than the trains if you get in their way.
Now, I've got another train coming, I think in this direction, in another 10 minutes, so I have to be super, super quick, or else I'll get run over by the train, by the Reunification Express. Look, it's like a little pillow. You have all of these layers of the noodles, which you can see, absolutely delicious. Now, I'm judging when the train comes by the people's movements. There's people still on the tracks, locals still doing their thing, cars are still going past. Okay.
I have enough time to cook my marinated beef, and in the same pan, I stir fry some carrots, red chilies, bok choy,
and I put in some fish sauce. I can hear a whistle. That might mean the train's coming. Bit of oyster sauce as well. I forgot my onions. Toss that. I think the train's coming again. Soy sauce. All right. Beef goes in quickly. Toss that through. And I'm going to put in just a little bit of stock. The train is on its way. I'm going to put in a little bit of flour, corn flour, just to thicken the sauce a little bit. Okay. I'm going to put in my little pockets. Look at that. That is my pho jing phom with beef. I've got to move. Let's do this. Garnish with a little bit of, that's hot, a little bit of fried garlic. Let's go. Now, what I forgot to put in because I was scrambling out of the way was some Chinese celery. So if you have Chinese celery, put that in your pan as well. I've got old trays going garnish, bit of coriander, and some baby basil. Now that is my pho ching pom, my pillows of rice noodles with beef right on the tray. I'm on the south end of the Hoan Kiem Lake, which is the opposite side to the old quarter of Hanoi. I'm going to introduce you to a place that serves one of the favorite dishes of the Hanoians. It's called bún đậu mắm tôm. Now it's tucked away right between this narrow lane here. You've got to cross the road first. And it's in the back of the building. Just make sure you don't get run over. That's a very simple dish of showcasing the gorgeous silken tofu with vermicelli noodles and a stinky shrimp paste sauce. Now it's super busy here. Ciao. Okay, so this is the bún đậu mắm place. Yeah. Okay, so there's a few different stalls here. So you just got to know which one to go to. There's one here. She's dragging me this way. She's dragging me this way. Let's go have a look at this side. Now there's bikes everywhere. Ah, this is good. And they can smell that stinky fermented shrimp paste. But this is what it's all about. Oh, here it is. Now look, this is the vermicelli noodles. This is the bun part. You can see that. Wow. All the banana leaves. Look at, this is it. Now, this is a peasant dish, okay? Hundreds of years ago, there was no food in Hanoi. People were very, very poor. So they relied on filling themselves up with vermicelli and, of course, the tofu. Now, the evolution of this dish is quite incredible to see. Now, there's pork belly. There's actually some spring rolls as well, some innards. Now, oh, look, this is a good example. This is what bún đậu mắm tôm is now. This is with a lot. Look at that. You got pig's intestine, pig sausage, cucumber perilla. Wow, this is bún đậu mắm tôm with everything.
It's intriguing to watch these local people, who probably out of necessity started to make this silken tofu. This complex, delicate process is made to look so simple and just part of a daily routine. Dried soybeans are soaked for about 15 hours, then milled. The soybean milk is then boiled up and a coagulant is added. This produces the curd, which is then wrapped in cheesecloth and left to form in these old rustic wooden blocks.
Now this is the tofu here. They cut the tofu in small pieces. It's silky, oh, it's fluffy, it's gorgeous. Fried in the oil so it's nice and crispy. Now this sauce is the shrimp paste mixed with sugar and kumquat and a little bit of chili. Salty, sweet, spicy, great kick. Great umami. Now have a look behind me here. It is so busy. Sitting on the floor at the top level, cross-legged. This is great dining atmosphere. I love finding these hidden gems in the laneways of Hanoi. I'm on Long Binh Bridge, built by the French in 1899. Now it took 3,000 men 3 years to finish this bridge. It goes for 2.4 kilometers, connecting Long Binh to the Hoan Kiem area. Now you can get a bicycle, cross it with your motorbike, or you can cross it on the Reunification Express. Hoan Kiem Lake. This is the soul. This is the heart. This is the center of Hanoi. It not only looks spectacular, but it's quite legendary as well. 600 years ago, King Lele was around here, and a massive, oversized giant turtle came up with the water and gave him a sword. Now, this sword was used to defeat the Chinese. And in 1463 or something like that, the sword came up again, rose again, and asked Lele to give the sword back to the lake. And King Lele built this island and that turtle tower. Now, there was a large, giant turtle in here for 600 years. And sadly, it it only passed away in 2016. Now, the first time I came to Hanoi, I always came to this lake and tried to find that turtle. I never got to see it, but it did live here for a very, very long time. Now, I wanted to do a dessert that's quite beautiful to look at. It's quite majestic, and it's using these magenta leaves. Now, the magenta leaves are green, but its flowers are beautiful violet and purple. It doesn't taste of much, but the color that it imparts is quite gorgeous. So I'm going to bruise these leaves just like that into the water, and you boil it for around 15 minutes. Now you can see the gorgeous color from clear to beautiful purple. Strain the liquid. Look at that color. Wow. Now that's the magenta liquid from the magenta leaves. I've got glutinous rice, also known as white sticky rice. Now I'm going to soak the rice in the magenta liquid overnight or for 3 hours, and it's going to change the color completely. And the longer you soak it, the deeper the color. I've got some coconut milk here, and I'm going to dilute some sugar into the coconut milk and just dissolve that through. This is the sweetened coconut that's going to flavor the sticky rice later on.
Evenings and early mornings see so much activity in Hanoi. And why not? It's so beautiful here, and people are getting active. Even though some of the exercises are a little unconventional. On the weekend, the busy streets are closed for the locals to enjoy the open space.
Look at that deep color. Now I have soaked this for a lot longer, okay? But you can see the change in color, natural color of the magenta leaf. Absolutely stunning. And what a backdrop we have here, the Hoan Kiem Lake. Now with glutinous rice or sticky rice, you do need to soak it for quite some time, just so it softens. So what a better way to do it than with this magenta liquid. That's gonna go into my pot. And then after 10 minutes, I'm gonna lift up the lid and then pour in some of that sweetened coconut milk. Now, as we've been steaming for the last 20 minutes, the lake has just lit up beautifully. Oh yeah, look at the color of that. Love making this dish. Turn this one upside down. Wow, stunning. Now I've finally sliced a little mango cheek here, just on the side. I'm gonna pour on some more coconut milk. Now I have a little mixture here of roasted peanuts, toasted sesame seeds, a bit of sugar and a bit of salt as well. Vietnamese like their desserts and their sweets, a bit sweet but a bit salty. And I've got a little bit of some toasted shaved coconut. Now that is my magenta sticky rice with sweet coconut and mango. Soy lá cẩm xoài.
There is something for everyone in Hanoi, and it has a magic all of its own. From cheap, fantastic street food to wonderful boutique hotels for that romantic night out. The mix of old and new blends so well in this city of contrast. Our next stop is Sapa, located high in the hills, northwest of the country. I visit a family farming salmon and making a real business of it.
Whoa, yes. This one looks like a big one. Woo, look at that one.
I revisit an old friend from 9 years ago.
Hey Zua, how are you?
How are you?
Good to see you.
And learn the secrets of an age-old recipe.
Oh, look at that. That is divine.
I trek the local forest in search of ingredients for gin making, and I get more than I bargained for.
This is
Jeez.
oh Jesus, that's a leech.
Oh, no, no, Jesus.
In this series, I travel over 2,000 kilometers across Vietnam. Take a seat with me on the Reunification Express.
Right on the train.
I'm leaving the bustling streets of Hanoi and I'm about to embark on my last leg of my Vietnamese railway adventure, heading to the mountain town of Sapa. As with all my journeys, there is a lot of sitting around, but as it gets closer to departure, the excitement and energy builds and you can just feel it. Then all of a sudden, it's literally all aboard the Reunification Express and we're off on our overnight trip to Sapa.
That's an 8-hour train journey. The time is 9:30 and I'll get to a station called Lao Cai around 5:30 a.m. where I need to drive around 45 minutes to Sapa town. Now I find the rhythmic sounds and beats of the train quite soothing, so I'm going to have a really good sleep tonight, I reckon. Good night.
For first-time visitors arriving at Lao Cai, you're probably thinking, what is everyone talking about? But once you start to descend to Sapa and stop along the way, it's then you realize you're somewhere very special in the world. The region is also known as the Tonkinese Alps. People are attracted here because of the iconic rice terraces, highland tribes, and forest treks. The whole area is blanketed in emerald green, and its awe-inspiring scenery can be quite overwhelming.
When I first visited Sapa around 15 years ago now, salmon farming was in its real infancy. Back in 2005, 25,000 salmon eggs were imported from Finland to here, this gorgeous Black Mong village. Now there's clean water streams coming through, really cold weather, we're high up in the mountains. That makes perfect conditions for salmon farming. Now that has made this farming industry, this cold water fish farming industry, very lucrative for the Black Mong people. Ô, xin chào con. Xin chào. Chào cô Mố, khỏe không?
Khỏe ba.
Yeah. This is cô Mố. This is her beautiful family, and this is her home just behind me here. Now, she is one of the salmon farmers throughout this whole village. There's a lot of them. Cô Mố làm cái nghề này lâu chưa con?
2 năm rồi.
Oh, she's only been doing it for 2 years. So in these pools, there's around 3,000 salmon, and they get up to around 1.5 kilos. They go 1 kg là bán bao nhiêu?
200.
200. So she sells each kilo for 200,000 dong. So that's around $12 per kilo. That's pretty good. Bây giờ mình đi xem được không con?
Đưa má.
Okay, let's go.
Vâng.
Bên đây không?
Đưa má. Rồi 10 tháng.
10 tháng. So these fish here, the salmon, are here for around 10 months. So they get really nice and big before they sell. Now there's around 3,000, as you said. I'm going to grab my net, which looks like a vintage tennis racket. Very, very cool. I'm going to grab one so I can cook one up. Okay, Yodi. Oh, yes. This one looks like a big one. Woo. Oh, she's beautiful. Now the tail is kind of square as well, so it looks more like a trout than a salmon. Now I'm going to cook this fish in a very delicate way because I want to keep the colour and vibrancy of the meat itself. Okay, beautiful. Now after catching the trout and salmon from the pools there, I asked Gomo and her husband how how they would cook this dish. And I asked other villagers as well, and they all said one thing: salmon, hot pot. They love it here in Sapa. I thought, that's great, but I cook this dish all the time. What's something else that I can introduce to them that is similar, but done a little bit more different and modern? And that is confit. It's a French technique of cooking proteins low heat. Now what happens when you cook it on 50 degrees and under is that the color does not change. And I'm going to flavor that oil with some garlic. Just cut it in half, and you want to put all these lovely flavors into the oil itself. I've also got some makken, the wild pepper that everyone loves around this area, related to the Szechuan pepper, but doesn't have as much strong flavor as the Szechuan. Very, very mild, but beautiful flavor. Black cardamom, related to the green, but completely different, much warming flavors. Look at that, beautiful pods there. Now you can even take the pods out, just roll around your fingers and then pop out. Very, very nice. And they got a lovely menthol, eucalyptus, but smoky flavor at the same time. I'm gonna throw in some ginger.
Lime peel, fresh chili, and the oil is just at the right temperature. Perfect for the salmon.
Fully submerge it. That's perfect. And that will slowly cook for 8 to 10 minutes, and we'll take her out, okay? Gives me time to just sit back and really soak up this gorgeous vista of this Black Hmong village. And it's great to see that 15 years later, nothing has really changed. The only thing that's changed is more of these pools, these cascading pools. I think it's great that the rice terrace is still here. Yes, maybe, you know, this farming business is more profitable, but we're still kept to the traditions of farming rice and growing corn. What a peaceful, beautiful place to live. Not a worry in the world. It's getting a little bit hotter now, so I'm going to take it off the heat. I'm going to make a ginger oyster sauce to go with this. All right, so
Use a little bit of oil from the pan, then saute some garlic, ginger, chili, a cup of Chinese cooking wine, and reduce to about half.
this salmon has been cooking for 8-9 minutes. Very, very low heat. Look at the color. It's going to drain off a little bit of oil the best I can. Beautiful. I'm going to garnish it with a little bit of spring onion, finely sliced, a bit of chili, finely sliced. It's okay we left a little bit of oil in there because that's gorgeous flavor. And I have some beautiful salmon roe, so the eggs of the salmon. Nice little pop on my sauce. Some wild pennywort leaves I found up in the hills here go in. Now that is a gorgeous dish. That is my salmon confit. Gahoi confit. And when you're in Sapa, you feel that you're really, really cold because you're high up in the mountains, high up above the clouds as well. Now, I love to come to this street. It's called Barbecue Street. It's also called Pho Nương. You grab a tray like this and you just choose what you want. All these raw ingredients. What do you want here? Oh, look at this. This is pork. It's been marinated and wrapped around mustard leaves straight from the garden. Oh, yes. This is beef with lemon leaves. Not lime leaves, but lemon leaves wrapped up beautifully. Oh, I love quail. The rice they've stuffed in the bamboo and they're going to grill it. And it's sticky rice. Really, really lovely. I'm going to get that. Now, the cathedral is just on my right-hand side, so it's behind the cathedral. It's called Pho Ham Zom, okay? We know it as Pho Nương or Barbecue Street, but there is an actual name. Pho Ham Zom Phom. Ham Zom Street. Write that down because it's really, really cool. Oh, the eggplant looks good. Smells absolutely divine. I've got some fresh mint here. Dip into the chili sauce. It's just started to rain. You can hear the rain through the top. They've cut up all the food. There's no better place to eat and hang out in Sapa than this street, Barbecue Street, when it's cold and rainy. Delicious. This whole meal costs 50,000 dong, which is $3. It's great. Come on.
A lot of people get inspiration from the produce that's available in Sapa because agriculture is the main form of income for the locals.
this is where all the magic happens, Luke.
One person in particular, Dan Young-Win, that's no relation to me by the way, is a scientist born and raised in California who has a deep affinity with Vietnam. He spent a lot of time with ethnic minorities in Sapa and has a particular interest in the botanicals which are found in the highlands and northern mountains of Vietnam that help flavour his gin. With a science degree and a food and beverage background that he gained while in the New Orleans, this segue into gin production came fluidly and is now a great passion. With the help of a few partners, Song Kai Gin was born, Vietnam's very first handcrafted gin. The botanicals they gather in Sapa are vital to the varieties of gin they produce, and Daniel is taking me deep into the local forest to forage for them.
It's absolutely beautiful here.
Yeah.
We're deep in the forest, a deep high amongst the mist as well. Magical here. This is your backyard
Yes, sir. And then this is us foraging.
and your office.
Hey, Luke.
Yeah.
You want to take a look out here? You see all the plants in the understory right here?
Oh yeah?
This is all black cardamom.
That's well, all of this.
It grows in a valley like this. So you see how we went up and then down?
Yep.
This whole valley right now has black cardamom under the undergrowth.
Wow, it's really beautiful.
And if you actually take a deep breath in, you can kind of smell a little bit of a faint cardamom in the air.
Really?
As it comes into bloom, it gets really intoxicating. It's beautiful in here. Here we go.
Oh, beautiful. This is the flower?
This is the fresh flower right here.
Oh, wow.
So you see this right here?
Come look at this. That is,
So this
oh,
is-
it is
You
gorgeous.
see this? Stick your nose in there and smell it. It's got a much lighter, more delicate nose. You smell that?
Oh, smell. Oh, it's divine.
As beautiful as it is, let's go see if we can get one that's further along.
Sure.
So you can see some of the unripe pods.
Awesome.
Oh, look. Luke, look at this. We struck it big. There's a
wow.
whole family of black cardamom here.
Awesome.
You see this?
Yeah.
So you see like the vibrant, bright yellow flower that once was, as it ripens, it actually dries away. And it ripens into this beautiful brown. And then as it ripens further, these are the beautiful red pods right here that we call black cardamom.
Look at that.
And we pick these and we dry them out, and that's what black cardamom is.
So a few more months I'll be that big.
Yeah, this big, this big.
Okay.
And this red pod actually is a lovely flavoring in soups. I mean, like, you know, this with pork hock, oh God, that's to die for, you know?
You know what you do and what I do is the same. I make food, a dish, and you create gin.
Yep, absolutely.
It's awesome.
Yeah, so this is absolutely one of our treasured botanicals in the forest here.
Thank you so much for showing me this. I love learning new things.
Oh, hey, Luke.
Yeah.
Look at this. This is a find right here.
What's this?
This is green turmeric.
Green turmeric?
Yeah, green turmeric. You ever heard of green turmeric?
No.
This is
Oh, jeez.
Oh, Jesus. That's a
is
leech.
that?
What is it? It's a leech. A leech. Yeah. Hold on. Hold still. Hold still. Hold still. Luke.
Really?
Hold still.
Oh, man.
It's the first time I've ever encountered a leech, and hopefully the last. Everybody is quite amused, but I carry on and discover green turmeric, putting all that recent drama to one side.
This is green turmeric right here. Look at this.
Oh my.
Look at that. Beautiful, huh? Oh, give it a smell.
Wow.
Smell it?
First of all, it's vibrant green. I mean, you cannot find this at the markets.
No way.
eh?
Just take a little bite out of that. Just got a little bit of dirt on it, but
Wow. Oh, it's big flavor. A little
Very
bit bitter.
the orange turmeric is a lot deep, hot flavors. You know, very, very, very succulent. This one's very light.
Yeah.
Got some bitter astringency to it, herbaceous notes.
This would be very, very rare, wouldn't it?
Yes, very rare.
I thought that was so cool, foraging deep in the forest there for these amazing black cardamom. Now, I've been using this for a long, long time, particularly in all my slow soups, particularly pho, for example. Now, I've never seen it in its raw form, growing from a flower like that. Absolutely beautiful to look at, vibrant red, and making gin is just like cooking, right? All of the botanicals that Daniel uses to create his Songkai gin, I'm using to create a dish. So they've been smoked. So you have that beautiful smokiness as well. Menthol flavor, eucalyptus, deep flavor, but also an uplifting flavor. So I'm gonna take the pods out of the shell there. So you need to really crush it because it's quite hard. And I've also got another wild pepper found in the forest there. This is also used to make the gin. This is called maken, and it's related to the Szechuan pepper. So when you eat one, whoa, you have that little tingling on the tongue already. It's buzzing on the palate. I'm gonna make a little spice rub for this fish. That's right, I'm cooking fish, forgot about it. I've been absorbed in all the beautiful botanicals we found. This is the fish here. It's farmed in Sapa and it's sturgeon fish. Look at that. This is around 3 kilos. Now, I love this fish because it's quite meaty. If you don't like eating meat or beef or pork, eat this sturgeon. Really, really good flavor steaks. Dun, sangye. Woo.
Sapa is home to many ethnic minorities, and among them are the Red Zhao, Tay, and Hmong. Hmong are quite distinguishable by their traditional dress, as you will see while traveling around Sapa. Hmong make up for 50% of the population, and I love learning more about their culture and way of life, which is a personal passion of mine. I met Zua almost 10 years ago when she was just a child working with her parents. I managed to track her down and I was so excited to see her again.
Hello. Xin chào.
Hi.
Hi, Zua.
Hi.
How are you?
How are you?
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
It's been a long time, huh?
Yes.
And you look tall. You look much taller.
Really?
Yeah, you look great. Oh, it's
Please
beautiful.
coming inside.
Oh, yes. Is this your little sister?
Yeah, she's my little sister.
Hello, Gong.
Hello.
So cute. Oh, wow, this is beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, Zua, this is the family kitchen.
Yeah, this is the kitchen.
Oh, wow, it's beautiful.
Sit down here, please.
Oh, thank you, after you. Hello, Gong, this is your sisters?
Yeah, it's my little sister. Hello, nó đi mẹ.
Có mấy tuổi rồi? 4 tuổi, that's so cute. I remember the first time that I met Zua, you were, what, maybe 11 or 12, right?
I was 12.
You were 12 and you were selling bracelets.
Yes, some wallets or bags.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said.
And you spoke perfect English, perfect Vietnamese, and of course Hmong. Yeah, so we've kept in touch, and thank you for inviting me back to your house. I love this. So this is the central part of the house, isn't it?
Always welcome you to my house.
Thank you very much.
The thing that caught my eye was all the dried meat hanging above the fire, and Zua tells me it's buffalo meat.
I guess when there's, one of the buffaloes are working in the fields and they get injured or, they get too old, right?
Yes,
then
exactly.
the animal is slaughtered, but they need to preserve the whole beast in some way. So I guess we just salt it. Is that what we do here?
Yes.
The process is very simple. Just add some salt and mix it with the raw buffalo meat and thread onto the bamboo skewers.
So Zua, how's that look? All right?
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Excellent. Wow, excellent.
So 5 days of smoking.
Yeah.
We'll have our buffalo jerky.
Yes.
Lovely. And so with these ones, the finished product, we take them out and put it in the fire. Is that right?
Yes, just like this. Yeah, so I'm gonna make a little holes here, and then I put it inside.
So Zua, that's been 15 minutes now?
Yes.
You think it's ready to take out?
Yeah.
So Zua, it's not hot?
It's hot. Yeah, you can try.
So you just
Yeah,
hot.
just put all
So
the
you're just
ash.
getting all the ash off?
Yeah.
Right? It's very, very hot.
Yeah.
Now Zua, how old were you when you started, making this dish with the family and cooking?
About 14 or 15 years old.
Okay.
Yeah.
Age-old traditions.
So
Just
now,
passed on generations and generations.
Ooh.
So this is just softening the buffalo again, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we can actually eat it.
Yeah,
Right?
we can eat it. Yeah.
Have a look.
Yeah, you can
Zura?
have a look. Yeah, you can. It's your turn.
Oh, look at that. That is divine. So simple.
Awesome.
So simple, but
Yeah, you can use your
So
hand.
delicious.
Just use your hand.
So delicious. Oh my goodness. And because it's dried, there's no moisture. The flavor is intense. Oh, that is good. So Zoa,
Yeah.
I'm going to take this
Yeah.
and make you a really special salad.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty? Is that okay?
Yes,
Mm.
you can do it.
Thank you so much.
You're
It's been
welcome.
great.
Yeah.
These kids are so adorable. And this beautiful stream just behind me. Life in this village is pretty special and quite magical. So we have this smoked buffalo. Now the kids can just sit here all day and just snack at a hikong, but I'm going to make a green papaya salad with this smoked buffalo. Here, more for you. So I've just shredded it nice and thin into my bowl here. I reckon that's enough. These kids can eat the rest. Here you go. Oh. I'll leave this here for you. You can shred it. All right, I've got a green papaya from the tree. Now, green papaya doesn't have much flavor. However, it's got great crunch and it absorbs all the flavor that you put into it. Now, this kid, mấy tuổi con? 5 tuổi. They're all siblings, but they're so adorable. And they look after themselves. They're just hanging out here on their own. I'm going to put that aside. I'm going to start shredding this papaya. Now, look at this. Beautiful, thin green papaya shreds. I'm going to put this on my lotus leaf there. I grabbed some herbs, some perilla. This is straight from their organic garden there. We've got some fresh mint, some coriander as well. Slice that just roughly, put that on top, toss it through. I'm getting my jerky as well, or my smoked buffalo. Toss that through. Now I've got a little dressing, great thick dressing there. Fish sauce, bit of sugar, vinegar, garlic and chili. That goes onto the salad. They've eaten all of my coconuts. So we've got some roasted coconut as well. Thank you. Toss that all up. Again, great texture. Now that is a very simple, delicious, healthy and tasty salad of green papaya and smoked buffalo meat. Gỏi, đu đủ, thịt, gác bếp. What a wonderful place to end my train journey. I'm in Sapa, above the clouds, surrounded by verdant mountains. Vietnam, you have been absolutely stunning. Thank you and tạm biệt.